Hello there, welcome to the news on Nepal television. I am Rosina Rai, starting with the headlines first. Election Code of Conduct for the President and Vice President elections comes into effect. The Province 1 meeting underway to table a proposal of naming of the province. At least 32 killed and dozens injured after two trains collide in northern Greece. Cause of crash yet to be unknown. Welcome back. Now the news in detail. The Election Code of Conduct for the election to the post of President and Vice President comes into force from today. The Election Code of Conduct that election. As per the Election Commission's discussion on January 30, the election to the post of President is taking place on March 9 and that of Vice President on March 17. There are 882 voters for the election. Nomination for the election to presidential post has already been filed on February 25 after establishing an office of the election officer. According to spokesperson Saligram Sarma Paudel, the Election Commission issued the Election Code of Conduct in exercise of the rights granted by Article 22 of the Election Commission Act 2072 for the election. As per the Election Commission, the Election Code of Conduct will be implemented for the government and ministers of Federal Parliament, Province Assembly members and the provincial governments and their ministers. Likewise, the Code of Conduct will also be implemented for civil servants, security personnel, government, semi-government and public organizations and their employees, political parties and their sister organizations, candidates, their representatives, public post holders, media houses, media persons and the voters. Today's scheduled meeting of the House of Representatives has been urgent. The House meetings will now only be held after the election of the President and Vice President. The Federal Parliament Secretariat issuing a notice this morning said that the meeting of the House of Representatives scheduled to be held at 1 p.m. today has been postponed until March 19. The election further on March 17. The Provincial Assembly of Province 1 is holding its meeting to endorse the name of the province. Chief Whip of Nepali Congress and member of Business Advisory Committee Bhupendra Rai said a proposal has been tabled at the ongoing meeting of the Provincial Assembly. Names like Kosi, Kosi Kirant, Sagarmatha Kirant, Limbuwan Kirat, Kochila has been proposed to name the province. However, the member of Provincial Assembly are in the favor of proposing and endorsing the name Kosi. According to the Constitution, a two-thirds majority of the Provincial Assembly should pass the name of the province. There are 40 MPs from UML, 29 from Congress, 13 from Center, 6 from Rashtriya Samajwadi province in the party in the province 1. We shall get back with more national updates. Stay with us. Time for a short break. Welcome back here on Nepal Television News. Now the remaining updates. Former Minister Badri Prasad Neupane and Nepali Congress lawmaker Tek Bahadur Gurung have been convicted of corruption. The special court on Tuesday handed out the verdict to former minister, member of parliament and 1 million rupees while leasing out land to a children's amusement park at Burkuti Mandap of Kathmandu. The bench of special courts Chief Srikanta Paudel, Justices Do Salikram Koirala and Balbhadra Bastola on Tuesday made the ruling on the case lodged by the CIA on 4th February 2019. Of the case filed against 14 individuals, the special court convicted 9 and acquitted 5 others. Tek Bahadur Gurung is the sitting members of the House of Representatives elected from Manak. The court rules that former Minister Neopane had decided to lease out 60 ropanis of land in Brikuti Mandap owned by the Special Welfare Council to Kathmandu Fun Park at the cost of 555,000 rupees. Park. Former Minister Neopane and lawmaker Gurung and others 7 have been convicted over giving and taking land on lease without any competitive bidding process, thereby causing loss of some 315.21 million rupees to the state coffer. Sunkosi Marine Diverse and Multi-Purpose National Pride Project has completed 25% of its work in last 5 months as the construction has been expedited. According to the National Commission plan, construction of 3.5 km has been completed out of 13.3 km from Kamalamai municipality to Kusumtar. The China Overseas Engineering Company had set a target of completing 500-meter tunnel through TV project chief Mitra Baral. 11 billion rupees further construction of the tunnel was allocated and the work is scheduled to be completed within rest 1.5 years. According to Planning Chief Baral, the government's target is to generate 3.07 megawatt of hydropower through the tunnel at 67 cubic of water per second in Kamalamai municipality. 122,000 hectares of cultivable land in Bara, Rotahat, Sarlahi, Mahotari and Dhanusa district will be provided with irrigation facilities later with the completion of project. The government aims to complete the project within 5 years. Now we have international headliners. At least 32 degrees. Emergency services say a train said to be carrying out 350 passengers hit a freight train traveling in the opposite direction near the city of Larissa late on Tuesday night local time. Rescuers have been working through the night to find survivors, the fire service said. The cause of the crash is not known. The survivor described how the carriage was engulfed in flames as it rolled over following the crash. Time for a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now the remains by toxic gas in Iran since November, in what many believes is a deliberate attempt to force their schools to shut. No girls have died, but dozens have suffered respiratory problems, nausea, dizziness and fatigue. The Prosecutor General announced last week that he was opening a criminal investigation. However, he said that the valuable information only indicated the possibility of criminal and premeditated acts. Meanwhile, public frustration is continuing to grow. Ruling party candidate Bola Tinubu has been declared the winner of Nigeria's disputed presidential election. The 70-year-old veteran politician got 36% of the vote. Official results saw him win 25%. Their parties had earlier dismissed the poll as a sham and demanded a rerun. Tinubu is one of the Nigeria's richest politicians and based his campaign on the record of rebuilding the biggest city, Lagos, when he was governor. Police in Peru made a surprise discovery when they searched a delivery man who came to their attention for acting drunk at an archaeological site in Puno. Inside his cooler bag was an ancient mummy. The man said that he had been sharing his room with the banned his mummy and considered it a kind of spiritual girlfriend. He added that it was owned by his father without specifying how it had come into his and 800 years old, and that it was that of an adult male rather than a woman, as the man who was discovered with it had amused. To the more updates before that, let's have a quick look into the highlights of the site. Moving on to sports now. Italian Matteo Berlovak, Alex Malcon retired on Wednesday night at the Princess Mundo Imperial in Acapulco. Berrettini ranked number 24 laid 6-0, 1-0 when Malcon ranked number 57 pulled out on Wednesday night at the Princess Mundo Imperial in Acapulco. The Italian will face Sweden's Elias Ymer next. We're almost at the end of this news bulletin, but before we say goodbye, quick reminders of the headlines again. Election Code of Conduct for the President and Vice President's election comes into effect from today to remain in place till March 19. We'll see. At least 32 killed and dozens injured after two trains collide in northern Greece cause of crash yet to be unknown. Well, this is all we have for this moment. Until our next bulletin, have a good day ahead. Namaste.